Hey, morning everybody. Welcome to the drive-in. That stop sign we just went through is at the intersection of Charlton and Chandon. And if you look on mywesttexas.com later today, you'll see a whole bunch of people running it. We set up last week, late last week, and caught a bunch of people about 4 o'clock zooming through the stop sign. It's actually a crawl-through sign instead of a stop sign, so I think you may be interested. We probably caught about 50 cars running it. Well, 46 cars running it, and a total of 50 cars we caught going through it. And some of them stopped, most of them didn't. So I guess you may be wondering, your first question this morning, why are we videotaping as we drive into work? Well, because we just like the way those cameras look in the NASCARs. And when I saw Kevin Harvick yesterday crossing the finish line, and he had that camera on his dashboard, and he had his coffee and his ding dongs there for when he finished the big race yesterday. I thought, we're going to put actually we had weeks and weeks of meetings on whether or not we should have a car cam on the drive into work every day. And we decided, yeah, sure, why not? We try a whole lot of things here at Midland, Texas. We'll try this one. And, if only 5 or 6 people watch, then we'll just have a whole bunch more meetings. And then we'll come up with another thing to do. So that's the beauty of the internet. You can try it, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, great. Yes, number one concern is that people look at me while I'm driving down the street and they see me talking to myself. But that's okay, because I used to do that all the time back when I was unemployed. And but I think, we hope to entertain you. We hope to show you a little bit about the weather, the driving conditions, maybe where some of the street closures are. And I've just figured out that in order to make it look like I'm talking to somebody when I'm driving, I just turn my head over to the passenger seat and look down and make it look like I have like a little 5-year-old kid, obviously unrestrained. Because I wonder if you can get a ticket for pretending you have a 5-year-old kid that's not in a baby seat. I guess we'll find out. Some of you may see me driving down the street with a video camera in the passenger area, and that's great. If you do, you pull me over and tell me, hey, you're the crazy guy that tape records himself going to work every morning, videotapes himself going to work every morning. I'll give you $50. But you got to do it when I'm doing it, not when you see it later up on my West Texas, because I won't be driving anymore. Then I'll be at my desk. So anyway, today's February 21st. It's President's Day. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Neither one of them born on this day, but we celebrate it anyway. I always wondered if George Washington was actually born with wooden teeth. No history professor actually ever told me that. Today is also, what is today? Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. Big news over the weekend, Britney Spears shaved her head. That's big dealings. And they're all over the TV screens this morning on all the morning talk shows. Did she do it to get attention? Or did she do it as a cry for help? Is this a woman who's going through or is a person going through a collapse of some sort? So we're all analyzing that, but at least, well, I heard the reason that she shaved her hair is because she was tired of Anna Nicole Smith getting all the media attention. So now she's up on the big screen forever and ever until we figure out why she did it, or until her hair grows back, whichever comes first. And we actually may analyze why she shaved her head for a longer period of time than it does take her hair to grow back. Who knows? Nice weather today, as you can see. The sun's probably shining right here inside the car as we go down Andrews Highway. I think we're going to go straight here. We'll take a different route, on different mornings, and go again on different places. I am constantly amazed. Well, not constantly, but occasionally, every once in a while, I'm amazed. I look at the calendar and I see some similarities in the day. Like today, 43 years ago, Paul Simon wrote the song "The Sound of Silence" that Simon and Garfunkel recorded. It was also on this day back in the 19th century that Thomas Edison patented the phonograph. And Bon Scott, the guy who used to sing lead for AC/DC, he got pretty bad drunk and died of alcohol poisoning. And it was 25 years ago today. Get this. 25 years ago today, on this day, February 19th, 1982, that Ozzy Osbourne was arrested for urinating on the Alamo. And today is also the birthday of Mariska, who is a rapper from Finland. So see, it's a big music day, and so we should actually push President's Day maybe aside and celebrate the things in life that make us go, or hey, that's really interesting. This is in case of all you kids out there that are listening and watching, this is the sound of silence. Touch the sound of silence, and in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening. And I think maybe you can tell how come it's such a classic, that song. We had some pretty weird lyrics back in the 1960s, all of us old people who listened to music back then, so we're not going to listen to the rest of the Sound of Silence. As you can see, we're getting fairly close to coming to downtown and being there and then putting this up online. And again, as long as I don't get too many people looking at me weird, like I'm talking to myself, and as long as we can have a few people take a look at this, because we're going to fill this thing with some humor, with some history, with some calendar type events. Like today in Midland, nothing's going on, so there's the calendar. And we're going to, interesting things like, what's March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Well, that's on a Saturday, and we don't do this on a Saturday, so we can't point that actual date out. March 15th, the Ides of March, we can actually say, hey, today's the Ides of March. And so, like, you watch this and you'll know the rest of the day that it is the Ides of March. But it's actually not yet, and hopefully by then we'll still be doing it. But if we are not, then that's because we didn't get enough hits on it. We had a poll over the weekend. We asked you how much of a NASCAR fan you were, how fast you were into NASCAR, and we kind of did some play on word things there. I was shocked. This is like a West Texas poll, and 56% of you indicated to us in our poll over the weekend, and there was almost 200 people that voted in it. 56% of you, over that amount actually, told us that you don't like NASCAR, and you don't watch it, and you just think it's a bunch of guys, driving around fast in circles. And